Every day besides this day.
Get an energy drink.
Still asleep.
Get an energy drink.
I don't drink energy drinks.
Get a coffee.
There's Diet Coke in there.
See, I can respect that you don't drink energy drinks.
Hell no. I don't like them. And they're just not good for you.
Do you want me to slap you?
Correct.
That'll wake you up.
Actually, I respect that.
Yeah.
I don't drink some caffeine.
I drink pop, but it's also
Yeah, we got Diet
9
Coke.
in the morning.
Get a Diet Coke.
Oh.
There he is.
There, Trevor, I got it for you.
Peer pressure.
No. Make him get it, Jake. Make him get it. Jake, are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen,
Hey,
we're
guys,
back
welcome
with
back
another episode of the Double Bogey Show, episode 122.
You piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book in another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.
Trevor and Jake just took off.
Trevor's back.
I'm back.
Oh, hey guys.
We had multiple positive comments from last podcast about Trevor being on. I think a majority of them were his friends, but there was also no stipulations as to like, hey, these people can't know you to provide the positive feedback.
Be honest. Were any of the positive comments from your friends?
I saw one because I know one of the guys.
Who?
I know your buddy Jordan.
Oh, yeah. Jordan did one. A couple other buddies did one. There's like 2 or 3 that I had no idea who they were.
Okay.
And I was like, all right,
Good.
let's go.
There was a couple negatives, but they weren't like, Trevor fucking sucks. I hate him. It was like, just keep it to 3, guys. And you know what I have to say to that? Suck it up. There's 4 now.
Yeah.
You remember how shitty we were when we started and it was just me and Ryan?
Yeah.
Relax, guys.
Tyler, it's okay. I understand a lot. Some people don't like change. We don't like change. We got some change coming up here in a little bit, which we're going to touch on. But you guys are going to enjoy this. We wouldn't be doing it to put you guys into some sort of misery.
Correct.
Because the banter between us and Trevor has always been good since the first day we met him. So,
And I promise that if he does start sucking, I'll cut him.
yeah, that's no problem at all. We've had plenty of people come and go on this podcast. Now, Trevor,
Ryan.
how old are you again? 22?
I am 22.
What time do you get up in the morning?
On a normal day,
Correct.
I get my up at like 10, then I sit on my phone for 2 hours on TikTok.
Which actually
So
isn't-
you're not out of your bed till noon?
Usually, yeah.
Holy
Okay, but also give them the disclaimer. What time do you work?
I don't work till like 4,
Okay.
so I
Yeah,
don't
so that's
have to
fair.
do anything.
So you're night shift guy.
Yes, I am.
So now, if you're not coming with good ideas and good like just R&D to this podcast for how much you're on TikTok, and I'm sure you're immersed in golf TikTok, I'm going to be upset.
I'm not completely on golf TikTok, but I'm a pretty decent amount.
And it's wintertime, so that'll change
Yeah.
come spring. It'll just be swing tips. It'll be.
I don't need those.
See, this is what we're dealing with, you guys.
Also,
did
it's
shoot it.
Trevor. He
I
doesn't.
shot at 81 yesterday at the Sims.
That's
so
sweet shots. Doesn't count.
At this, I shot a 70 on the sim the other day. Am I shooting 70 in real life? No.
Mm-mm.
It's because you're terrible.
Did you have like what 24-foot gimmies?
I wish.
The
No.
whole green, you just get it on. It counts as a 1 putt.
We auto putted because we don't want to putt.
Trevor,
Jesus, Trevor, an 81 with auto putts.
Yes.
That's
So once you get it on the green, you have to putt.
Yeah, but I got 2 putts like 3 times or whatever. And I was like just on the range of like 1 putts. So I got
Yeah.
shafted on a few of those.
I've seen that. I've seen that. Like that technology done
Yeah.
before. I think it's okay. I also like putting on the simulator once you get used to it.
I don't.
Here's a question for you. What's your group? What's your golf group chat look like?
Well, there's
How many
like,
guys are in it?
one has 8 and one has like 4.
So you got 2 different ones.
Yeah.
So
I
you
have,
got
like
you text the group of 4 first, don't you?
No, I text like my work group friends because I'm like we all just like golf, so we all just kind of
Yeah.
even after work, like we'd be working, we'd be like making tea times at work, and we're like, okay, let's go here as soon as we get done.
Do your
Oh, yeah.
bosses know that you're on your phone making tea times while you're at work? It's supposed to be
Technically,
working.
I'm my own boss, so yes, I do.
Well, if he's already
Really?
if he's already serviced the guests,
Yeah,
then he can.
this
then
is
he,
during the downtime when
then he's got
nobody's there.
downtime.
Usually it's them first, and then it's my other group.
So what's the difference in the 2 groups? Is one are work friends and the other are just buddies outside of work.
Yep.
Which one do you prefer to golf with more?
Depending on how I want to play the round. If I'm just there to have fun, probably my actual friends. But if I want to go and like compete and like go against my buddies, it's probably my work friends. They're a little better.
And how many of those 8 people usually show up?
depending on who's working, probably like 3 or 4 of them. We can always get a foursome.
Sure, that's perfect.
Which makes sense because you work at a golf facility.
Yes.
Like trying to get 4 people in this office to coordinate one tee time is not as easy, I don't think.
Mm-mm.
And since I schedule them, I can easily make it work. So
Yeah. Okay, so
Yep.
You're just abusing your power, dude.
no, never using my resources.
Okay, so we've talked about on the pod before the types of golfers or the types of guys in group chats. What guy do you think you are? Are you the planner, the guy who can always make it, the guy who can never make it, or the guy who just what was the last one?
Doesn't show up.
Doesn't show up.
I'm the one that always can make it, I think. I don't do most of the planning, but I do always show up.
Well, yeah, you don't got anything going on.
Yeah, I don't.
You ever golf?
That's so nice.
You ever golf morning rounds in the summer?
Once in a while, but not often.
God, I think there's a certain age where someone converts from like afternoon and evening golf in the summer to straight morning golf.
Mhm.
I can't tell you, Tyler, the last time that I golfed in the evening or in the afternoon during the summertime, besides for league.
Yeah, besides for videos too. Like
Correct,
besides those, I don't know either. Maybe like no, Grandpa and I are usually like, even if it's late, it's noon at the latest.
Because I'll tell you what, Trevor, one thing that you will discover in your youth is that the first tee time of the day or an early morning tee time before the sun comes up or that when it's just coming up, God, I don't think there's anything that beats it.
Morning golf fucks.
Literally.
No, you gotta go to like 1
And you're
or
just
two.
you're not there yet.
No, I'm not.
You're not effing yet. So therefore you cannot F with morning golf.
Yeah,
Fair.
once you start waking up before noon,
Okay.
it'll
I
be
get up
it'll be
before
bad.
noon, but I just don't do anything before noon.
You don't get out of bed until noon. It doesn't count.
Yeah, that's fair.
I will tell you one thing. You're a YouTube guy, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I love
so,
YouTube.
We talked about Prison View Golf Course last week in Louisiana. Extensive talk about Prison View.
Mhm.
Now, a bunch of comments were like, "Hey, Eric Honors Lang, no laying up guy.
Yep.
He did a little documentary there, like 20-minute doc. Watched it this morning. Got up at 5:15 this morning, Trev. If you can believe that, feet were on the ground at 5:15.
What were you doing at 5:15?
Well, first off, I made my double shot of espresso,
Ryan, we've heard this routine so many times.
and then I went immediately to the couch because my furnace has had a tough time keeping up. So I bundled up in 2 blankets, sipped on my coffee, watched the Prison View Golf Course doc, and I'll tell you what, I got a lot of respect for what they're doing there with that golf course for the people at that prison.
Yeah, so
It's really cool.
Break it down for me a little bit, because like to us, you hear the headlines and the golf.com calls it the bloodiest prison in America.
Yeah,
you
and
just immediately make assumptions.
Yeah, and I don't think that that perspective doesn't change because that's like I believe that is what it's known for. But there's one guy who the first time he stepped on the golf course was in 2001, and I believe he's been the greenskeeper there ever since.
And he's an incarcerated individual?
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. He's an inmate. So he gets off, hops on the 0 turn, mows fairways, mows greens. I think he does a majority of the upkeep and then, heads back inside for lunch.
Damn. That is kind of cool. I do like that it's basically a work release program.
Pretty much. And it's like, a majority of those guys have never golfed in their lives.
So
But
and
this gives them a project to kind of like be. So their goal at Prison View is that, if someone comes into the prison because they murdered something, to when they get released, if they do get released, to not do that again.
Mm-hmm.
And what they're trying to do is they're trying to teach good life lessons to these people of like how to build something up, maintain it, and something good for that matter, that being the golf course in this situation.
Mm. Well, and I noticed too, when I was looking at it for Google Maps, editing the reel, that there is prison on both sides. So they're essentially, there's prison basically surrounding this course. So even if they tried to make a run for it, they're probably going to get caught.
Probably.
Because there's nothing but open field on the open sides and then prison on the other 3.
Yep. Which does not play well into the fact that
There are sniper watchtowers everywhere.
Yeah, you can't really, oh brother, where art thou? Out of the
no, you
out of
can't
the
be
golf
like,
course.
hey, I accidentally snap hooked one about 300 yards that way into the marsh.
They let them golf?
I
Or they just
don't
work
know.
on
Didn't
it?
get that far. Or well, I
It
watched the
didn't
whole thing,
say.
but they
It
didn't.
didn't
Have
say.
you seen it?
I watched it the other day too.
Okay.
Yeah, they never save the inmate. I think it's just upkeep. I think.
I know a lot of the guards will golf on it.
Okay.
A lot of people that work in there, but yeah, he sat down with the warden, talked to him a little bit, and it's a cool story. It's a lot like we obviously dramatized it to this thing that probably doesn't even exist, but it was a really cool documentary.
We don't embellish on this podcast.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Strictly information over here.
I also noticed last week's podcast, I was fired up
Oh,
for
dude.
some odd reason. So I just wanted to take the
Yeah, how can people like Trevor if you don't let him talk?
I know. And I apologize if I got like too fired up at anybody. Tyler, I was pretty fired up at you.
Yeah, because
I don't know why.
Because I like giving tips to people. You guys
should not be giving
freak the
tips.
fuck out on me
should
for that.
not be giving
No, tips to people at restaurants.
Oh, no, this is
no.
earlier in the podcast.
Yeah, you get fired up all the time.
I
Ryan.
know. So,
I'm glad you noticed it though.
Well, yeah, I'm very self-aware of the type of person I am.
But just
You
not in the
I'm
moment.
always trying to work on
Yeah.
that kind of thing.
Ryan, last night on
Yes.
the other podcast, you did admit that you've been squirrely for like 3 weeks in a row now.
What's
Yeah.
going on?
Well, I genuinely think it's not seasonal depression for me. I don't really get depressed in the wintertime because I don't really even recognize how cold it is out. But I think it's because damn near February, it's middle of winter. We've been cooped up hitting into a canvas for the last couple months. I genuinely think it's just because I've been inside too long.
I feel that.
He needs sunshine.
You got a little cabin fever going on.
I normally have a vacation planned around this time of year,
Must
but
be nice.
I got a kid now.
Must be nice.
It is nice. Making your own salary.
Yep.
It's because I said vacation.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you'll get there one day, Trevor. You'll have to plan vacations in midwinter.
Ryan,
I'll try.
okay, back. Ryan says vacation weird, and I giggle at it now.
Because I don't say vacation.
Yeah.
Nobody draws out the second A. It's just vacation.
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 Yeah, you got it.
No, I know how to say it. It just when it rolls off my
chooses
tongue,
not
it
to.
comes off
Yeah.
as vacation.
Okay.
Anyway, Tyler, where are we going to segue from here? I think you got it.
Yeah, we don't need to say. Well, let's go right into it. Big news on the Double Bogey Show, folks. We're not going to tell you who yet, but your boys are club sponsored golfers.
Yeah.
We did it, guys. I told you that the only way I would ever get new clubs is if they were free. And we got a club sponsor.
Well, and it's not necessarily that they were free. We
worked
sucked a lot
hard
of
for
time
them.
and money into this page to get it to where it's at. So we have the opportunity to get deals like this. And this is it's gonna be a sweet deal because number one, every deal that we get that goes for a certain length of time, we have that much more time to keep doing this page.
Yep. We cannot get axed in the middle of a sponsorship.
And also, I mean, boss man, Miles, big golf guy. If we can loop him in on the deal in some sort of way, keeps prolonging the page. So, I was going to get sentimental there, but go ahead.
Everyone thinks we're out here like we're trying to get sponsorships to make money. We're trying to get sponsorships so our podcast doesn't get axed.
Yep. Exactly.
Because this is one thing that the weather does not affect. The golf
Correct.
season does not affect. There's always golf going on. We always have this simulator over the top of us, and we can always come in here and talk for an hour plus once a week.
So with that being said, we have talked about it at length before, but we are officially getting fitted for clubs within the next week or two.
Within the next week, and I'm hoping that it happens. We might have to kibosh tomorrow for the club fitting, Tyler. And
Already been kiboshed.
okay, good, because we will not be able to hit outside. It's going to be negative whatever degrees out. And the heaters, we're actually getting fit at Sweet Shots. And you can go look at what brands after at Sweet Shots. Not going to give anything away.
Yeah, spoilers.
Do I get fitted too with this or no?
Yeah, Trevor comes in right at the club. He was like, the
am
only
I
reason
getting
I'm
fitted?
here
Yeah.
is so I can also get fitted.
I heard there was something in place, so I had to hop on, but I guess I'm not
Hey, I
getting
mean,
it.
yeah, you work at Sweet Shots, so you can just go get fitted whenever you want. You're just
I
not
already
going to get
did.
clubs.
We're just not going to pay for
I
it.
already got
Yeah.
fitted. We're good.
$25.
Trevor, have you ever got fitted for clubs?
I did last year in the summer.
How many years have you been golfing for? And you guys will notice, like, as we keep progressing with Trevor, I'm going to keep asking you more questions just so we can get to know you a little bit.
Probably 3 years now. I started like right before COVID happened.
Okay.
Just a little bit, but not like much.
What kind of clubs did you start out with?
some old garage sale. It literally said
Perfect.
it said international. I don't even think they make that brand anymore. I don't know what brand they were,
It's actually
I
amazing.
probably would assume international.
but like that's a farming brand, not a golf brand.
Oh fuck.
International Harvester.
But hey,
Yeah.
Ducks Unlimited makes wedges.
Yep. Fan of the page, podcast listener. He sent us the breakaway driver, like the tempo,
yep,
the tempo
yep.
driver,
Yeah, it's
which we
right
got to
here.
shoot a video with here soon. And then he also sent us a Ducks Unlimited wedge.
Ooh,
Now, I mean, who in their right mind knew that Ducks Unlimited made a wedge? They probably just private labeled it. But I don't even think we know what degree it is. It's got an interesting face on it. So I think basically any company out there can like private label a golf club.
Yeah.
pretty much.
I mean, I like it more when companies that aren't golf companies make golf clubs.
I do too.
Like,
And if you find a set of golf clubs at a garage sale somewhere, odds are it's probably a brand you've never heard of before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Always.
that's a good point. We should just like brands should just start doing golf club collabs and getting into the golf game. Just like brands that are not involved with golf whatsoever.
What you're
I'm
saying,
trying to
Jake,
think
is
of what would be a good brand to collab with.
Yeah,
okay, so it's-
imagine Louisville Slugger made a set of golf clubs. That'd be fucking sweet.
it's like,
Or like, but you'd have to be like Callaway does it with them or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's like Carhartt teaming up with is it Ford or Chevy or GMC? Like you can get the Carhartt. I'm pretty sure it might be Ford. They team up with like a pickup brand to make like the Carhartt edition or the King Ranch, for instance. King Ranch is like
An actual ranch.
it's a ranch in Texas that teamed up, whatever. So shit like that. You're talking like, what if, yeah.
Just like
Louisville's-
Carhartt. Like if Carhartt made a set of golf clubs that just had the Carhartt logo on it, and that was it. It was like Carhartt X Callaway. That'd be
I feel like a lot of our audience would like that
I think so too.
because it's
Like, I have Vikings stuff all over my bag. Give me a Minnesota Vikings sets of PXGs or some shit.
now what, when it comes to stamping clubs, because they
Yes,
stamp
yep,
clubs at Sweet
yep.
Shots, will they stamp anything on
They
there?
will stamp anything that you can do. Yeah,
So
Will they
you
stamp your social security number on it?
only yours,
Okay.
not Ryan's, not mine. Only yours.
actually, you know what a great thing to stamp on a wedge would be?
your name. So
Your
you,
credit card number.
what?
Oh, no. If you lose your club, then they have your credit card
That's true.
number.
the one club that people routinely lose.
Yes.
Actually, Ryan.
Maybe your number or your address. No, not your address. Name or number.
Okay.
I want
That's a
my-
really bad idea. But I was thinking along the lines of if you forget your wallet or the fact that so you don't have to leave your credit card at the bev cart, you just have your number stamped right there on the wedge. However,
You got to
you're gonna
leave your
them-
wedge with them?
No, you just give them the number and they put it in the system.
You can just do that too, no matter what.
Okay. We're gonna move on from that idea. Someone rally the troops right now.
Okay. No, the fitting. I am very curious to see how different it is than a lesson with Lucas, because I'm assuming we're getting fitted by Lucas and one other guy.
Yeah, so we're getting fitted by the rep in the area.
Okay. Okay, so Lucas won't be there.
I'm sure he'll be there because I'm gonna loop in a lesson with this.
Okay, I know that this is a sponsorship and stuff, and they're not gonna do us dirty. You know, my take on that, you get scammed every time you get fitted for clubs because they just want you to buy. I'm still a little nervous. I want Lucas there. I need the guy that built my swing to make sure that I'm getting the right stuff. It's not that I don't trust this other guy.
You've never met the other guy.
Correct.
Also, fan
And
of the
Lucas
page.
is my boy.
The rep we're getting fitted by fan of the page multiple years now.
Okay.
I know him pretty well now.
Not
He's
to
a good
brag.
guy.
He's a very good guy.
Can I trust him with my life?
I'm actually friends
This
with
is my livelihood.
I'm
Yes.
actually friends with him on Facebook.
Okay.
So if that says anything, he's a good guy.
I am friends with a lot of people on Facebook I don't even know.
Tyler, yeah, you're right.
That was a bad example.
Just
Ryan.
friends anybody.
I also think if I'm there, I won't let that happen because I kind of know what you're looking for and what you want in a club, and I won't
Free
let
ones.
them. Like I think
Huge cavity backs.
I know the verbiage that they're gonna that a scammer, let's say, would use to get you to buy something more expensive.
What do I need to look out for when getting fitting? What buzzwords in a fitting should I say? Okay, let me rephrase this. When I'm getting fitted for clubs, what buzzwords should I look out for to know that it's a scam, that I'm getting screwed over?
I would say the first one is going to be like this one. is going to put about 10 to 15 yards of distance on your ball.
Okay. So
Now,
distance,
with
immediately
that-
red flag.
Yes. A lot of clubs, like comparatively speaking to what you're swinging now, a lot of clubs are going to put 10 to 15 yards on. But like in my case, I don't want 10 to 15 yards on my clubs.
Okay.
I want the grouping to be a lot tighter. So disregard distance
Okay.
and focus more on feel and accuracy with yours. Now you're probably going to go for more of a game improvement iron.
Correct.
So
I'm
with
always
that,
looking to improve the game.
cavity back's going to be a little bit better.
I will not be getting blades.
Well, okay, and that's another thing too. It's like, well, so what do you normally hit with your clubs now? You're like, oh, I hit a snap hook or I hit a huge fade, whatever. It's like, okay, well, these clubs you're gonna be able to shape the ball a little easier with these clubs. Now, shaping the ball sounds sweet, right?
Yep.
But the clubs that can shape a ball the best are going to be blades. So this is how I interpret it. The more they talk about shaping the ball for you, the closer those clubs are going to be to blades. And I think you want to stay away from that.
So if you're my level and someone says this club's going to shape your shots, it's horseshit because I'm getting cavity backs.
Because you don't need to shape shots.
Yeah.
So they're
You
just
need to
trying
hit the ball
to they're
straight.
trying to upsell me to the blade.
Correct.
Which the blades here, I don't think blades should cost more than cavity backs. That's less fucking metal.
That's very true.
that is true. And it's a smaller sweet spot.
Yeah.
It's less design on the back of the club. A lot of the blades are, you look at a wedge, it's basically like a flat back with the bounce,
Yep.
the whatever that's called.
But why should I pay more money for a harder club to hit?
Thank you, Tyler.
This is outrageous.
Maybe it's because they have less in stock and it's less of like a
Maybe
less of a stock
it's
club.
a supply and demand
More
thing
like
instead of a I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either.
It's because they know you need to buy it to get better at golf, so they just can upsell it.
But do you?
Yes.
I mean, there's nothing
Yes.
else like that in any other sport, though, either. Like,
Yeah, there
there's
isn't,
something
like-
that's going to make it harder for you to play golf, and it's more expensive.
I can think of one example. Aluminum bats until the big leagues, you switch to wood.
yeah, but
They're making
wood
it
bats
harder.
are still cheaper.
Well,
That's a good point.
so wood bats are cheaper, but you're gonna break them a lot more often. So you're gonna have to buy more wood bats, which could equal the price of a metal bat.
Yeah. Also, big thing, the rules stipulate that you have to use a wood bat versus in golf, you can use blades or cavity backs. It doesn't matter. There's no rules against
Do
it.
you think there's anybody that's ever been on the tour using cavity backs?
Not a chance.
I mean, I'm sure there's some people who like use the step down from blades.
Yeah,
which
but-
is still a little bit of a cavity back.
What is that? Just a calf back?
I don't
Just
know.
like
Knock
it's
out
like
the
just
itty.
players irons. It's not as thick, but yeah.
Okay, here's a good point. Take the sport of baseball, for instance. When you get to the highest level, you have to use the equipment that gives you less of a chance to be good.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what if professional golfers had to use wooden clubs? But guys like us, little leaguers, Babe Ruthers, Legion ball, high school ball, could use metal like we do now.
Yeah, they should do that in a pro-am. That'd be fun. Like something that doesn't really matter. This is their career, so they're not going to do any like fun gimmicks when it matters for their career. But I feel like a lot of golfers would love a retro pro-am where like the pros have to use old school clubs and the amateur that's with them just gets to use their normal clubs.
Yeah, the Pro-Am does act as like a practice round for a lot of
Yeah.
guys, though.
I think a lot of people would like watching that.
Now, here, this has nothing to do with golf. It has all to do with baseball. Now, the reason that they're not going to switch to wooden clubs in golf is because people like to see the 300 plus yard drives. They like to, they like the sound of the metal clubs. But in baseball, what if for pitchers you could use pine tar and you could use like the high lace balls, which gives you a lot more spin, but the hitters can use metal bats. I think that's one way to transform the game of baseball, to give the biggest advantage to the pitchers and the biggest advantage to the hitters. Because if you make contact as a hitter with a metal bat, it's going to go 400 plus feet every time.
Right. So I still think baseball, if you give them both an advantage, it stays the same, right?
Yeah, if you can even out the advantage a little bit.
But like already right now, you don't get pine tar and you don't get metal bats. So I feel like if you give them pine tar and you give them metal bats, then it stays the same.
I think it's more so about hitting the ball farther
Also,
and making it more
yeah.
exciting.
Fucking Barry Bonds with an aluminum bat would have been
Oh, God.
electric.
It would be
He would have hit
so
one
cool to see
over
someone
the harbor.
bend a metal bat around a ball. Is that even possible?
I'm
with
sure
physics?
he would have.
Okay. Speaking of Barry Bonds, and is it McCovey Co or
McCovey Cove.
McCovey Cove?
McCovey Cove.
McCovey Cove.
What a name.
So that's the bay or the harbor behind right field at Giant Stadium. So whenever a home run's hit, you got guys out there kayaking, going after these balls. Now, TPC Sawgrass number 17, there's water surrounding the whole thing. Coeur d'Alene number 9, if they had a pro tournament out there, or the par 3 floating green, you got guys in kayaks floating around. So when someone puts one in the water,
Yeah.
I mean, they're scuba diving down to get Tiger Woods' ball off the tee that went in the water, John Rahm's ball off the tee that went in the water. And you got guys coming up in full scuba gear, soaking wet, but they have possibly a piece of history that they can keep, or they can fucking go sell it online somewhere.
You know what I would do? And this is the problem with this. I would just go figure out what kind of ball Tiger was hitting that day. Have them in my pocket. First one he hits in the water, I dive down and just pull that one out. And I got it. Who wants to fucking buy it?
Yeah, I don't know. How do you...
Because they don't float. That's the problem. There's
Yeah.
no way like
Correct.
you follow it on TV with a baseball because it's sitting there on top of the water.
Plus, there's probably already a bunch of balls in that water anyways.
Yeah.
So you can, speaking of which, did you guys see the Patrick Reed thing this weekend?
Yeah.
I did.
I don't know, man.
That you're talking T-Gate?
Well, yeah, we'll breeze over
break
this
into that.
quickly.
We'll
Yeah.
go into it later. I want to talk about fittings still.
Okay.
So what else do I need to look out for? I need to watch out for when they tell me it's adding distance. I need to watch out when it's adding
Now, you also need to go in...
shaping shots. What
Now,
I know it's game improvement, but those are improving my game.
Well, I think
Your
distance
misses.
for you, misses is
Yeah.
another good one. Like, where's your biggest miss at? I
Yeah.
think this, but that's also important.
Yeah, so you need to go in and like know where your miss is. So if you always hit it left, you need to tell them that so you can say, oh, okay, well, if I want to miss, I want to miss it right. So you need to know where your miss is right now and where you want to miss it.
Okay, what if
I think it's
my
not-
misses are very different every shot?
That's not good.
So
I'm not going to give you the
then
most
lessons.
forgiving club that you can possibly
Okay,
handle.
so my misses are
Shovels.
pretty consistent throughout my clubs. Like if I'm gonna miss with
Yeah.
a wedge, I'm pushing it. It's coming off the toe. If I'm gonna miss with my iron, I am pulling it aggressively. And if I'm missing now with my driver, it's got a disgusting slice.
Okay, back to your question about what you need to look out for when it comes to like the verbiage. Well, step number 1, you need to go in knowing how you want to change the flight to your ball. You might want to add 15 more yards of distance, so that type of verbiage from the fitter is going to sit well with you. You want to miss to the left less, and you would prefer to miss right. So going into it right away, knowing what you want to change and what you want a club to do for you is going to be key number 1. Now,
So there's nothing to look out for, like if this guy is
No.
got slick back hair and he wants to do a spit handshake. There's
think-
none of that.
He's got a high collared suit for some reason too.
Hey there, kid! I got the best clubs in the market. I just got them in yesterday.
I think the biggest thing is now we know what brand we're going in to get fitted for. Now, for someone who doesn't, I was having this conversation the other day with someone in the office because they wanted to go in and get fitted for a specific brand, and I told them that's completely fine. But go in not married to any brand, if possible,
Okay.
Yeah.
because if you want
Unless it's the
Callaway,
brand we're sponsored by, go in for that.
correct. If you want Callaway, hit some Callaways, but also hit some Pings, some PXGs, some Titleists, whatever. Now, if you're hitting clubs, and everybody has a general sense of how much a set of clubs cost. We know the new Callaway paradigms are going to cost an arm and a leg. We know that the TSIs are going to cost an arm and a whatever. You're hitting all these clubs and you hit the least expensive club the best. But the guy is telling you based off the data, like, God, this $15,000 set of irons, gold-plated Clevelands. You have been striking the ball
The
perfect.
Carhartt editions.
Yeah, your misses have been 15 yards tightened, and you're gaining 30 to 40 yards of distance off the tee and off of your approach shots. Now, that's a huge red flag right there. All right, buddy. Well, why was I hitting the least expensive club the best and they felt the best, and now you're trying to sell me on these other ones based off the data? I think data is important, but I think feel trumps everything else.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because if you're not comfortable with a club, you're never going to hit that club the way you should.
I also think it's important for anyone out there doing club fittings, you don't need to get too into the science. Like, I know what smash
agree.
factor is now, but if I hear smash factor right away, you're just trying to sound like this club is super cool to me. I don't need to know what my side spin is. If it's over 3,000. I don't know what that means. Stop saying that.
Correct.
Yeah. Also, like, you want to feel good with the clubs too, because like we know, like for us average golfers, confidence is kind of like everything. So as long as they just like feel all right
And
and you
look
don't
good.
have buyer's
Yeah.
remorse afterwards,
That's what I'm going. I just
they have
want
to
to
look good.
fucking sweet.
And when you set that club down and you're like approaching the ball, you have to be confident over the ball. If it looks weird, don't buy them. Make sure you're confident over the ball.
Yeah, I want to just be swagged the fuck out.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I
That's
don't-
what I've been
So,
looking
wait.
for out of you.
I don't
this entire fucking time.
If these are the worst clubs I've ever hit in my life, if I look dope, I don't care.
Fucking jet
Hell
black
yeah.
anodized shafts
Yes.
and fucking camouflage
I think
club
another-
heads.
If you don't want to feel bad, because a custom club fitting, no matter what clubs you're getting, they're gonna be kind of expensive,
I think I am going.
relatively speaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to hold a funeral for my old clubs. We've been through a lot together.
I know. I think the best thing to do when buying new clubs is to give them your credit card or give them a blank check, have them go ring up the total on that at the cash register while you're continuing to hit your clubs. Say, I don't want a receipt. They bring back your card, you get your clubs, and you have a good rest of the day.
That is a recipe to get absolutely fucked.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can check your statement, but at the time, it's going to push you over the top.
All of a
in
sudden,
order
you
to
got
make that purchase.
You got 12 grand in golf clubs in your bag.
That's why you got to trust your fitter.
Next time I go to buy a new car, Ryan, I'll do the same thing. Let you know how it goes.
Hey, here you go,
Well, that's
dealership.
different.
I'll just wait out front for my new vehicle.
yeah.
That's different, you guys.
Here's my signature stamp. Just go sign everything for me.
I'm just saying, if you don't want to feel bad right away about how much you spent on new clubs, give them the card, have them go swipe it. These are the ones I want. And then either get them right off the rack or wait 6 months for them to come in custom fitted.
That doesn't
Okay.
help.
Also, watch out so when you show up to get your fitting, watch out if he's got a curly waxed mustache and a tiny little goatee thing, hair slicked back, and for some reason he's wearing a black trench coat, probably gonna scam you.
Yeah, see?
Okay, well,
Schneidly whiplash.
actually, I think you just described Raleigh fingers. And if he walks up
Who's
wanting to
that?
give you a pitching lesson,
It's a picture.
Oh.
fuck, if you take that into consideration, you ain't gonna get a pitching lesson from that guy, which you should.
You should, actually.
Trevor, now you
Okay,
say
unless
that doesn't-
if your club fitter is Raleigh, whatever, then you're fine. But anyone
fingers.
else, it's a scam.
Yeah. I also think one of the biggest things about getting fitted for clubs is that hit them outside if possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Greatest part about Sweet Shots is you can hit in the Golf Academy out into the field. So you're not hitting into, I mean, a simulator club fitting is fine, but if you can actually see the ball flight, that is going to be second to none.
Yeah, because I truly believe that some shitty club salesman out there, like not all, I know last time I said this, I got fucking castrated on the internet for it. Not all, but there are some salesmen out there that juice their simulator numbers to make you feel good about their clubs.
Dude, we even see that in like some simulator places that you can go to.
Yeah, in town.
Like, in town specifically, I went to one of them, and this weekend I was hitting 320-yard drives with an old TaylorMade slider.
Yeah.
It's just not true.
Nope.
That's cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, for like the fitting that you guys are going to do, they do have like a launch monitor, so it's pretty accurate. So
Yeah. Well, and I know we're still hitting outside too.
Yeah.
So even if for whatever reason Lucas is trying to scam someone, you can't scam nature. Like
no,
if the balls, if his launch monitor says that was 280 carry on my drive and I see it clearly go 240. There's no lying there.
Yeah.
No.
What I was gonna say is the first new driver I bought, it was like it was still like a 3 to 4 year old model, but it was brand new.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't name names as to where I got this. However, I went in the simulator, I hit it a couple times and said, yeah, this feels pretty good. And I knew nothing about golf at this time. This was probably 3 years ago. I asked the guy if he had any advice for me. He gave me a little bit. I said, okay, well, based off of that, I think I'll get this one. And then I look at the guy's name tag and his name, it had his name and then it said what department he was in. And it was not the golf department. It was the soccer department. So I got fitted by blank from the soccer department for the first driver I ever bought.
Yeah. That's not good. That's not good. And the sim numbers were juiced up. He put down, there's a button that said, educated golfer, and then clueless random. And he clicked clueless random and your numbers were through the roof.
Looking back on it, he had no fucking idea what he was talking about. And now
he still got that commish though.
He did. And that's the thing. It's like, if you're working off commission, that's why like the first place I got fitted at last year, the guy who fitted me, he was the owner of the shop. So he's not making commission off of it. He just like wants to provide people with the best experience so that they come back, they tell their buddies, and which I did. I tell him like, dude, if you're going to get fitted, go here. He wanted to give you the best experience possible. I think that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, because that means you'll go back to him.
Correct. And if you know a guy who knows a guy who had a good experience, it's probably going to be
good.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
I think you're going to have a lot of fun with it.
I know,
because you get to, well, we're hitting one brand of clubs, but you're gonna get to feel out
a few different heads and shafts and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot that goes into it that people don't realize.
Well, yeah, I know. I just had to book an 1.5 hour long slot.
Well, yeah,
and I was like,
a full bag.
Fuck, dude.
Well, and on top of it too, the downside of getting fitted for clubs is it eliminates one excuse that you have in your bag. That excuse being it's because I'm playing with the wrong clubs.
Yeah. I mean, there's one club in my bag right now that I think I'm going to miss. And I think it's my putter, but I can be proven wrong. My putter is the only club. I'm going to miss all of them.
Okay. So that's a perfect opportunity. Take your putter there.
I'm going to bring all my clubs.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Obviously. So tell them, hey, this is the best feeling putter I've ever hit, and I would love to keep it, but I'm not going to because I'm going to get something better. So what can you do for me in this brand that's better than what I currently have?
Yeah. Lucas told me last time I was with him that if there's a club in my bag that I like, just tell them to match it. I don't need it better. I don't need it straighter, whatever. Just match this club for me.
Yep.
I have one of their putters and I actually do enjoy it.
Okay.
Good. That's good to hear, Trev.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take my driver and I say I want the complete opposite of what this is.
So that's what Tyler's going to do.
How much will you buy it back for me for?
I got 87 on the simulator with not auto putting. So
okay. So here's a good
I'd
question.
Still beat you.
No, you wouldn't.
You're going to keep your
I'd
clubs,
still
aren't
beat
you?
Yeah, they're going to be Becca's clubs now.
That's a good idea.
I
think I'm going to sell mine
on the pod.
potentially on the pod.
Nice.
If you guys know me at all, you know I have a solid bag right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll come with a price. I'll let you know what's in the bag if I decide to sell them, and then we'll start negotiation processes on the pod.
Sell them to someone in the office.
I could do that too.
Yeah.
I know someone specifically that would buy them in the office.
No shit.
Yeah.
Who? Nah, he's going something different.
Has he swung your clubs yet?
No, but maybe he should.
They'll be cheaper. He's gonna go. He wants to go get brand new ones. Yours are pretty much brand new.
Mine are 1 year old.
Yeah.
A year and a half old. But I've been playing with them they have 1 season under their belt. That's all I'll tell you right now.
No, that's all it takes to break them in.
I don't even know if I'm going to sell them yet.
Center club face
who knows?
completely not worn at all.
Yeah. Honestly, the sweet spot is totally fine, guys.
Completely fine.
Now, great option is like if you're getting new clubs, which if you guys are looking for new clubs this season, we'll release what brand we're teaming up with here soon. But now is a good time to start that process. Get something scheduled, get something fitted, get the order in, because hopefully you'll have them by season. Some custom clubs take a few months to get in,
Yep.
Mine
especially
took a
the
month.
entire bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
So now's a good time to do that. And, the wife is getting mad at you, you're golfing too much. Like, why the hell did you spend that much money on golf clubs? Well, honey, I got you a set too. Just happens to be my old set.
Yeah, get them refurbished while you're there getting the new ones so they look brand new.
Hey, you guys got a club cleaner here? You think I could run these through there real quick?
Knock off some of these smudges,
Also,
please.
Valentine's Day coming up. You can get your wife a new set of clubs. New to them, that is. So,
Oh no.
honey, I mean, I said you were 5'5". I said you play a major slice. I say you play twice a year. What can you do for me? These are the clubs they gave me. I literally custom fitted you without you even being there.
Or you
And
just go
this is
get
what
a
they gave
box
me.
set for her.
Yeah,
Nah, why
box
do
sets
that?
aren't as
You
fun.
already
Yeah.
got this.
Well, you could sell yours for more money and
If you
just
get a
buy
bo-
her a box set.
If you get a box set, then you have the excuse of why are these clubs not hitting well? If
yeah,
you get
but
a
they're for
custom,
your wife.
you get a
How
cu-
much does your wife play?
well, I'm just talking in general. I'm not talking about my wife specifically. She plays like 4 to 5 times a summer.
So a box set would be perfect.
A box set would be perfect, but those 4 to 5 times she does play, I want her to enjoy it. Will she with a box set? Probably
Probably
not.
That's fair.
My wife needs a fucking baseball bat. She's terrible. She's terrible at golf.
I was waiting for it. There it was.
We should bring the old Besser bats,
Yeah.
Yeah.
BESR bats, the old school metals, the liquid metal plasma, I believe it's called.
Fucking
Yeah, we should see how far we can hit a golf ball off the tee with a bat.
Yeah.
long ass ways. We used to do that. I told you this.
Yeah.
We talked about this. We
Yeah.
used to do home run derbies as like high schoolers in the summer, and we'd go to like the softball field, and the gold ball, like in a home run derby, was a golf ball. So if you hit that and you hit it out, because if you all you have to do is barely hit it in the sweet spot and
Yes.
it's going. The only way you don't hit it out is if you hit like a line drive or you pop straight up.
Do you have a guy pitching to you?
Yeah.
So,
Line drive
do you have
straight
a,
at the
do you have L
pitcher.
screen? Do you have
Huh?
L screen set up?
No.
Oh,
Which
God.
is so dangerous.
He's
We don't. If you're gonna try that at home, wear a helmet with a face mask.
We were like
catcher's
16,
gear.
17. We're
yeah.
not worried about our safety. We're
No,
worried
I
about
know.
hitting fucking dingers.
But there ain't no 16, 17-year-olds listening to this podcast. So if you're a 30,
we got one right there.
Well,
I'm 22.
Close enough.
if you're 30 and you're gonna go try that, wear a helmet, face mask, and catcher's gear.
Yeah, but the 30-year-olds are going to do it. It's the 17-year-olds that aren't.
Don't be cowards, guys. Just go have fun.
All right.
Ryan, you bring the Easton Stealth. I'll bring my Louisville Omaha, and we'll get to swinging.
We're gonna take a quick break.
Yeah.
Be right back.
Hold on.
Okay.
Shh, everyone quiet.
All right.
You could hear a pin drop right there. A Union Green pin drop. Oh, God. That was the best joke I've ever made. The pin drop ball is built for accuracy, baby. $20.
They're not $20, Tyler. They're actually 20% off of $20.
$16. Wow. How do you get that 20% off, Ryan?
Double bogey 20
Ooh, promo code.
promo code.
One word, baby. Caps don't matter.
So I'm here's what I'm telling you. If you go to uniongreen.com
Mm-hmm.
and you search golf ball, it will pop the golf
It will
balls up.
show up.
If
I
you-
promise.
Put one of those in your cart with a promo code double bogey 20. You'll pay $16 for 1 dozen balls. Union Green, they cancel out all the fluff. The T-Bird, it's a $20 dozen with the promo code for $16. If you want to go a little step higher, pin drops, $27. Take a little extra off the top. Again, dozen of eggs, dozen of golf balls.
Funny you say that. We literally have egg cartons right there with Union Green. I'll fucking get them to prove it.
Hey, I'll
Prove
trade
it, Tyler.
I'll trade you 2 dozen Union Greens for 1 dozen eggs. I think that's I think that's a fair trade.
We are down some balls because somehow we keep losing golf balls in the simulator, but they're around here somewhere.
Somewhere.
So if you're like us and you lose golf balls in the simulator, you're going to want to get a good cheap ball, and that is the Tweedly T-Bird. I tried to do the T-Bird song. It didn't work.
That's fine.
I don't know how I can say this, but and I shit you not. This is not part of the fluff. I've been hitting these balls really well.
They're a good ball.
They're good balls, but they're probably made in like some big time ball manufacturer, and they're just like custom branding them as Union Green and
I'm
shipping
sure
them out the door.
I'm sure if you Googled where Union Greens were manufactured, you would find some cool results. I'm
Yeah,
sure you would if you did that, listeners.
And then you'd be like, holy shit. For $16, I can get 12 T-Birds that play like a top tier golf ball.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. Yeah. On top of the golf balls, guys, the Pour Caddy. If you want booze on the course, do not put it in anything else except the Pour Caddy.
Yeah.
Buddy's just got his coffee this morning. He's looking to, kind of get hyped for this morning round. Wrong. I'm day drinking. I'm actually morning drinking because if you want to drink all day, you got to start in the morning. And that starts with the Pour Caddy.
Did you know that the Pour Caddy is actually water resistant? You can't put water in it.
You can't put water
Just
because once you
booze.
put it right in, it'll just slip right out.
It's just booze in there. That's it. No water in the Pour Caddy. It's water resistant.
So if you don't want to make a mess, don't try and put water in.
Yeah, just put booze.
I mean, it's actually great for cleaning out though, because you pour water in, it cleans it, and then the water just
It just comes right out.
Yeah. So, yeah, guys, go check them out. UnionGreen.com. Check out the pin drops, the T-Birds. Promo code doublebogey20. I believe they're running another sale right now too on their site. You buy 2 dozen balls, you get 1 dozen free.
Fuck, that's pretty good.
And then also check out the Pour Caddy. It is
I didn't know about that one, actually.
It is an elite drinking apparatus that you need in your life, and it fits in the cup holder of a golf cart. That's all we have to say. All right, guys, we forgot possibly one of the most important things about the weekly podcast. Obviously, Golf League, it's in full effect right now. We're going into week 6 this week, but week 5 last week. Tyler, take the floor.
Somehow, some way. Actually, it's not somehow, some way. I know exactly how. Jake
Me
won
too.
again.
Undefeated.
He's 4-0.
Who'd he beat?
Me. So week 3, he beats Ryan. Week 4, he beats me. And I shouldn't use the word he because Jake didn't contribute shit.
I got
Your
2
partner
balls.
is a sandbagging fool with a 26 handicap out there shooting 34s.
Yeah, net 34s.
No,
Grow.
he was like 38 or something gross.
He was 4 over.
40. Yeah, it's 40 gross.
Still,
Yeah. I mean, hey,
do you understand how far away that is from a 26 handicap?
that's fair.
And it's not the first time he's done that either.
No, it's not. It's like how many weeks have we been? 4. So it was the 4th time he's done that.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing as well. The stroke so the tiebreaker in our sim league is like total strokes under par or
Yes.
just total strokes.
So
in
we're
general.
keeping like a running season total.
So for reference, myself and Miles are 24 under through 5 weeks. Jake, you guys are 17 under. So that's a stroke differential of 7 strokes is a lot over the course of 5 weeks. And they're undefeated.
Correct.
And
Correct.
1 week, they went 1 under.
They went 1 under 2 weeks.
yeah.
And those are the weeks where Jake's shot mattered to the team's score.
Yeah. Hey,
The
I
two
mean,
best ball weeks when you're sandbagging partner and they could take all his scores, those are the weeks you guys did good.
how are you making this my fault? I'm not a good
no,
golfer.
I'm not saying
No.
it's your fault
Yeah, it's
that
not
you're
your fault.
winning. I'm saying it's Noah's fault that you're winning.
I was going to say, me being a bad golfer has nothing to do with this.
No.
In fact, it's not helping out the team whatsoever.
It isn't. It isn't. But it's like you're golfing with 3 people because Noah's handicap is so egregious.
Well,
And
I know why I was squirrely last week. It's because of that. It's because
Yeah.
of the conversation
Yep.
we had last week
Yep.
about my league round. That's why I was squirrely.
Yeah, Jake, just know, like, I'm gonna have to, as commissioner, let the handicap stand for the rest of the season. I will not go and change a rule mid-season. It's gonna be
Yeah, you
like
can't.
it is gonna be like the playoffs in the NFL's overtime rules. You don't change it right away when the rule change comes up. You change it the next season. Next season, I will be giving out the handicaps. I'll do it fairly. You guys
Because
can
now
trust
you
me.
have data, you have rounds to pick from, and you can accurately determine handicaps.
Yes.
Oh,
And
mine goes up a little bit. I was 1 under last week though.
yeah, yours isn't going up.
Yeah. Mine's changing, actually, which feels pretty good.
Yep. Jake's will go down a little.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not a ton, but a little.
Yeah, that's good.
And Noah's will go down a lot.
Yeah, like 8 strokes probably.
It may be more.
What do you think, Trevor?
I think you just need to fix your handicap system, maybe.
Well, the problem is like it's our first league ever, and I wasn't gonna go make people show me their previous golf scorecards and then calculate my version of a handicap. I was all an honor system.
Well, it's a gentleman's sport.
Yep.
So it's
A gentleman's sport that is 6 teams, 12 people, and only 11 gentlemen. Noah.
Well, you could have just
Everyone else was accurate.
you could have just had everybody play one practice round and then get their scores.
you can sandbag that though, easy.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but then you can take the top score and the bottom score and do something like that too.
I will also say, in defense of Noah, before this simulator season, he's not a guy who golfed regularly.
I did golf with him once though. Remember before week 1, I questioned his handicap because I golfed with him once and he was fucking dialed.
Really?
And I was like, "You're better than that." And he's like, "No, I swear that was a random day." And then I watched him play like 2 or 3 holes, and he played really bad. And I'm like, "Okay, it's legit." And then I left, and then he was lights out.
To me, it just doesn't make any sense.
An illusion.
But again, we can't just be like, oh, you're now a 16.
Also, are
Can't
we
do that.
playing for anything?
Yeah, just work rewards.
pride.
Yeah, pride. We're all
Pride.
competitive as hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did turn things around this week. We actually had a phenomenal bounce back week from the loss to Jake's team last week. We were 9 under net. I went 1 under. Miles went 1 over. So I mean, when we talk about heart and grit and the ability to come back from the lowest of lows, that is the type of golf that we played this last week. It felt really good too.
You want to know what type of golf I played this week?
Oh God. Tyler.
Yeah, I don't know. So you played last night. I don't know what your score was, and we play each other this week.
Yeah, so it's me. Yeah, last week of the regular season, Ryan and Miles versus me and 17-year-old Jack.
Now set the stakes here. What happens if we win?
Okay, so right now if Jake's team loses, we're fighting for first place.
Correct. Because stroke differential.
If Jake's team wins, then we're fighting for second place. And first and second place get buys in the first round of the playoffs. So essentially, we are playing the winner of this will get a bye in the playoffs. We're playing. I picked the easiest course of the whole league to end the regular season. It is Minot Air Force Base.
Rough Rider GC.
Rough Rider, it's the longest name of any golf course. The Minot Air Force Base Rough Rider GC. And we play the first hole, and I'm like, God, this is a really short par 5. Interesting. And then about what it was like hole 4 or 5, everyone's
Hole
like,
5.
You guys are playing reds. And I'm like, oh, fuck, we're playing reds. God damn it. So we go to the settings to see if there was even another option for other tees. It wouldn't let us change the tees. So we're like, oh, cool, great. There's only reds on this course.
Let's fucking go.
You can't change reds. You can't change tees in the middle of a round, Ryan.
Let's go.
No, not let's go. We finished the round and checked the tees. You can change them. You just got to do it before. So we played the wrong tees.
I know you did. Well, okay. No, not let's go. You have a practice round in and you know how to read the course now.
Oh, give me a fuck. Your partner was totally fine with it. I even asked him like, well, do you guys just want to play reds? And he's like, no.
No, I mean, I am fine with it.
Yeah.
I just had to, I had to say something.
Yeah. You mean you could have done a practice round last week. You knew Minot Air Force Base was coming.
True.
So I completely wasted a round and I don't have much time to play another one.
Yeah.
So
Full night that you didn't even get to see your kids, you wasted on playing reds.
Correct.
And so what did you guys shoot on reds?
We shot pretty good, and then we realized on hole 9 that we were completely fucked and we are gonna have to redo it. So then hole 9, my partner accidentally takes my drive. I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'll just go and I'll be you for this one last hole, and we'll just switch it on our paper scorecards. And then we got confused about halfway through. I started hitting for me again. So we shot pretty dang good. We just don't know what we got on the last hole because we each hit each other's shots on accident.
So what'd you shoot overall?
Net like 9 under.
Gross.
It was like 4 over.
That's pretty good.
From the Reds?
Both of you were 4 over.
He was even.
Holy fuck. And I suppose it is an easy course.
Yeah, and I had
But with my handicap, that means I need to be like 4 under.
I had a triple bogey, but I had a bunch of birdies.
So you did end up playing the correct round, right?
Yeah,
No.
we played the correct course, but we could not count this round because we were playing reds. And that when finally the nail in the coffin is when we walked up to 190-yard par 4. And we're like, oh yeah, we can't.
Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
Really?
It's 1,000-yard difference from reds to whites.
It's a big
Jeez.
difference.
Yeah.
That's there's some strokes there that
Yeah.
you're gonna
So-
be taking. I'm playing practice round today. I'm gonna play
Go for it.
front nine MAFB RRGC
It's
is
the
where we're
worst
playing.
name. Yeah, and my buddy my partner is on a watch list now because he hit a golf ball into the Air Force Base, top secret.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he play where it lies?
No,
Like
OB.
Prison View?
OB. He tried to go play where it lies, but sniper tower.
Ooh, fuck.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm down a partner, Trevor.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's no
right here.
update, no update on scores for league this week
Nope.
between
Yeah.
mine and Tyler's team. Yeah, I'm sure we'll have a great update next week
Yep.
because final scores will be in. First, second, third place will be determined. Yeah, it's a big week. This week is combined score.
Yes.
So just like it sounds, take both your scores,
Yep.
add them up. and
No
then-
fluff, no nothing else to it. Just combined scores.
No, which is actually good. It actually doesn't play in your favor, Jake.
No, it doesn't. It means I have to play good.
Mm-hmm.
But it's also the easiest course of all time.
It is. Even if we're playing whites, it is the easiest course we've played all season.
Okay.
I do believe I played this course with only a 7-iron, and this is the course I was telling you about.
Okay.
I think I went 10 over.
So
with
you did
just
do a
7-iron.
practice round. You know what it's like.
With a 7-iron.
Still, you know what the course
And I
looks
played
like.
it in 17 minutes.
Yeah.
Jeez.
It's like every single course that we've ever played in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it is from the same state. So.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty flat. Some trees. Air Force Base.
Yeah,
You
you
get
do
the
got to
gist of
watch
it.
out for the Blue Angels though. They swoop through every once in a while.
Yeah.
You can hit
Practice
them.
flights.
Yeah,
Practicing for the air show this summer.
yeah. If you have your 60 out, watch out. You might clip one.
Yeah.
All right. Before we end the podcast, you guys, I want to talk about, I think, talking about the club fitting and getting something that you're feeling comfortable with. It's like, it's something that people wish they would have done sooner once they go through the experience. So it got me thinking, like, what are some things in the world of golf that you guys wish you would have done sooner because it completely changed your game from then on out? I got one right away.
Hit me.
When I put my ego aside on the course, and let's just say the first couple holes, I cannot hit my driver. When I finally realized, like, put the ego aside along with the driver back in the bag
That was mine.
and started going like hybrid or 4-iron off the tee, and you're hitting 50% more fairways. Your misses are a lot less because there's a lot less room for error. It makes the round, number one, way more enjoyable.
Yeah.
It gives you a lot more better shots at the pin. And the ego is such a strong thing of, like, you know, you buy this expensive driver and you think you should be able to hit it a mile, but if you can't hit it, fucking put that thing away. It's going to be there tomorrow,
Right.
and you might be able to hit it way better tomorrow because as we all know, the day-to-day is so different of our golf games that you're going to be able to hit your driver tomorrow, or you're going to be able to hit it next week. But today is not the day. So put the ego and the driver away. 4-iron, hybrid, 3-wood even.
That was
Bring it out.
That was mine as well. It was, you don't need to hit your driver off of every single tee. Obviously,
Correct.
par threes aside, you do not need to hit your driver off every single tee. I told you about my last round of the year with Grandpa last year. We're playing a legit PGA level course because his PGA Tour Canada was there, and I teed off on 16 of the 18 holes, or whatever, 13 par 4s and 5s with my 5-iron, and I played great.
Some of my
So
best
just
rounds.
put it away, guys. It sucks so much if your driver's not on to start,
it's the worst.
start
Yes.
every hole off
Yes.
pissed.
And having to start every second shot off punching out of the trees.
Right. Yeah, or chopping your way through 3-foot fescue.
Now, I think a scenario where it's like, if you're not hitting the driver well, who gives a shit, is a links course.
Yeah.
Like, if we're at the Meadows in Moorhead and I can't hit my driver off the tee, I can't hit fairways. To me, that doesn't matter because I can just hop the fairway over. I have no trees to get over top of, and I can still play that second shot as if I was on the fairway.
Yep. I'm with you.
So if there's trees, put it away. If there's not, keep swinging.
Yeah, the next thing that I wish I had started doing right away in my golf career is not over analyzing my putts. I am so much better at putting when I just look at the line a little bit and I hit the fucking thing.
Okay.
If when I get down like on my hands and knees and I'm trying to find the line and I'm walking around trying to look at it from different angles and then I'm standing over my ball practicing my pace, I never get it as close as if I just go up there and hit it with my gut, you know?
Yeah.
Like I will go take a look at it like, there's my line, get up, hit it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've gotten some lessons in my day. I've never gotten one on how to actually read a green. And I still don't really know how to read a green to this day. A lot of the times what I do is like, if I blow one past the hole, I'll keep tracking that ball past the hole, even though it's not going in, to see what that line looks like coming back.
Yep.
I mean, for me, it's the easiest way I can say like, hey, if you miss a putt, keep an eye on the ball to see what your next read's going to be, because I need everything I can get when it comes to a read on the green. I have no idea. I mean, I play with guys who can read the fuck out of a green, and they're like, yeah, it's like 1 cup to the left. And I'll look at him and be like, 1 cup to the left? I'm reading this thing as 2 cups to the right. Like, what am I not seeing? And I mean, people are reading like the way the grass is laying and the grain, all that shit.
I don't have time for that.
Grain,
I don't either.
Grass,
follow your gut, get it close.
Yeah.
Because you're in a rhythm, right? And that's why people hate slow pace of play, is because it gets them out of their rhythm. You got to sit at a par 3 tee box for 15 minutes. It's like, well, fuck, I don't know where this is going.
Yeah.
I would say probably just like taking videos of my swing so I can actually like see what I'm doing wrong, and then comparing it to like the PGA pros. Obviously I'm not going to be like them, but just seeing what they do and I do.
I love that. You're comparing.
You have to, like, you compare, like for baseball, you can compare your swing to the best baseball players. Why don't you compare it to the best?
Why do we
golfers?
do that? Why are regular people trying to compare their stuff to the pros? Like, we're not pros. And I get why you're doing. I
Because
know
that's the only reference you have.
I know it's the pinnacle.
Yes.
But it's like Peter LaFleur in dodgeball, that he doesn't set goals because then there's nothing he can be disappointed by not reaching. Don't compare your swing to Tiger's, because you're never going to reach it.
I'm never going to reach it, but I know that he's doing everything correct in his swing, so I can see that and see that he's obviously not going to make mistakes, so I get to compare it.
Well, according to Tiger, the only swing people should be modeling theirs after is Rory's. So even if you're watching and you're comparing yours to Scotty Scheffler when he was on an absolute fucking tear at the beginning of 2023 or 22, it's not the perfect swing, apparently. Apparently, we're all only allowed to compare ourselves to Rory, and we'll never reach it.
No.
I'm with you, Trevor. And the reason I am with you is because I used to do the same exact thing. For the level of golfer I was, and you are, and how we all are when we first started, we have no other reference to go off of besides the best. If this is being done the best, I want to model the best. It's like an 8-year-old basketball player modeling their fadeaway, their baseline fadeaway from Kobe's, or someone modeling Ichiro Suzuki's like pre-pitch routine with his bat. It's like you're modeling yourself after the best because they're the best for a reason.
Yeah,
And
or
when you
modeling yourself after Stone Cold Steve Austin and Stone Cold stunnering your sister in the living room. He's the best.
It was the best, actually.
Anytime my sister lipped off, she got stunnered.
Tombstone, choke slam.
Yeah, there you go. There's another good example. Yes. However, when you start to get a little bit more knowledgeable about the game, that can be kind of a detriment. When you are over analyzing your swing and making like the littlest tweaks based off the knowledge that you have, I think that can hurt you in the long run. I used to do the same thing. You see a 15-second TikTok, you're like, oh fuck, maybe I should try that out. And it works for like a day, and then it doesn't. And you're like, well, what's going on? It's because like we only have so much knowledge and we can only focus on so many tips at a time that it can be a detriment if you continually focus on what you're doing wrong versus like what you're doing right. And then what my next one is getting a lesson.
Yes.
Because when you get a lesson, Lucas is not modeling what he's telling you after what Tiger does.
Nope.
He's modeling it off of what you're already doing and what you're doing wrong to fix that and make it right.
Exactly.
Have you gotten a lesson with him?
I have. I got one lesson with him, and he gave me like 5 things to work on at one time.
Mm-hmm.
So I stood over the ball for like probably 30 seconds in my head, just thinking, okay, this, and then this. And I literally could not swing the club for 30 seconds. I had to just think. And finally I swung.
So that's when you just got to tell him, say, we're going to simplify this. We're going to work on this and that. And then that's it.
He literally goes, I know you can do this. Okay, I'm going to give you a lot, but I know you can do it. And then he literally tells me this. And he goes, okay. I'm just sitting with the ball. He had to be like in his head, just God, he has no idea what he's doing. But I stood there. I finally hit some few good ones, and I think it helped a lot. So
Yeah. The problem is retaining those 5 things. Because I remember after my first lesson, he also gave me like 5 things to work on. And I step up to the tee on my first round of league. I'm like, I only remember 3.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah.
I'm with you. The first time we had a lesson, we worked on 2 things: shorten the backswing a little bit, and then we put 2 balls right next to each other because I had the shanks at the time when I got this lesson. I lined up on the farthest ball away and I hit the closest ball to me to practice like the in to out type of swing.
Yep.
2 things. I remember them every time. Do I do them every time? No, but that's because I don't get lessons frequently.
Jake, you got one? I got one more I want to do to end it.
Yeah, I got one. Playing more rounds with my dad.
That's great.
Interesting.
That was
Yeah.
so fucking wholesome.
Tyler, I know
Way to
that-
just ruin the mood, dude.
Yeah, sorry guys. Playing more rounds with my dad. My dad and I kind of both got into golf at the same time, but separately. Like he would go out with his buddies, and I like got.
So
into
your
golf.
dad's not like a legacy golfer, like he's been doing it forever with his buddies.
No, my dad really
Oh.
only got into golf like maybe 4 years ago. And same thing with me. Like I got into golf with all my college buddies, and that moment that me and my dad both realized that we had the same hobby of like golfing together was the fucking best.
It is sweet because then you end up like same thing with me and Grandpa, except
Yeah.
he's been doing it forever. It is fun. Can you beat him?
No, he's got me by about 4 strokes, 5
Okay.
strokes every time, but it's close enough to the point where I know you feel this too with Grandpa Dave is like, yeah, fucking just one day and you're
Right around the corner.
I know. And like, yeah, I mean, like me starting out golfing with my college buddies was nice because it was like we could be really fucking competitive and we were all about the same handicap and like all kind of got into it at the same time. Flip side, golfing with my dad, perfect because number 1, he's always paying for the tee times. So shout out dad. He won't let me ever pay for a tee time.
Hell yeah.
And number 2, like it's always just like, yeah, we just want to go out and get a beer. Maybe we'll just, hey, what do you want to do? You want to play 9 holes tomorrow morning, just randomly? Like it's the easiest thing to just go out and do. No pressure. Don't have to pay for it. Yeah, that's the best.
Fuck yeah. I love
That's
that.
always nice.
My dad doesn't really golf.
We'll get him into it.
So we've golfed a few times together. My mom golfs maybe once, twice a year. So the buddies I have, that's normally who I golf with. But yeah,
Same here.
it sounds sweet.
Yeah.
Like Tyler, you could probably vouch. Golfing with Grandpa Dave is probably some of the best rounds.
Oh yeah, easily.
Because it's like competitive,
Mhm.
but not like you're gonna get super pissed if you lose. Because like that, you know.
Yeah. No, I'm with you. I still haven't beat that old bastard, and he's getting up there. All right, the next my final one. I wish I started getting like hammered on the course earlier. Because
Like,
that
like
is
18, 19, 20.
well, maybe not like blacked out, but like I'd always drank on the course, like a couple, 2, 3.
Yeah.
But I'm a good golfer when I am fucked up. It makes no sense. We have proven this theory
Crazy.
time and time again that the drunker I am, the better I am at golf, and I wish I had been doing that sooner.
Maybe I need to start drinking more on the course.
Yeah, I think experiment it doesn't work for
Yep,
everybody.
yep,
Trust
it
me.
is.
Most people have a sweet spot. I haven't found mine yet, unless my sweet spot is just over 8 beers.
Could be.
So Miles' bachelor party, I am going to put this to the test.
Jeez.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of typically a golf trip is when I'll get super not super shit faced, but I'll get into a sweet spot, maybe a beer or 2 more. Yeah, for me, I don't care as much. So things don't go as well when I don't care as much.
My bachelor party, I was absolutely dialed in. We golfed the day before my wedding with all the groomsmen, and like we had 2 teams and I bounced from each one. I was absolutely dialed in. Like I was 4 feet from a hole in one. Like it's the best golf I've ever played. Is both of like my wedding golf things, and I was shit canned for both.
Fuck. Maybe another
Shoot.
wedding or something.
Yeah.
I,
just get more
maybe
weddings.
I just need to keep getting married.
Yeah. Well, and maybe like there's a day at the bachelor party where golf isn't on the schedule and no one wants to go out. But I mean, if we're dads, right, we're automatically up at 6 a.m. no matter how late we stayed out. Maybe we go get a quick round in and meet the boys back 4 or 5 beers ahead of them and have ourselves a day.
Well,
Got to shoot that video too. We'll shoot the video. Does drinking actually make you better at golf? Both of you guys just get hammered for the whole video.
okay.
Pull my leg.
Get
Okay.
demonetized, but it's fine.
Yeah.
If that's going to happen, it's going to happen a Saturday morning at about 8 a.m.
Yep.
Because it's going to be on a lake course too.
Yeah.
Course of the lake. That's fucking elite, dude. Day drinking, playing around at like 8 or 9 a.m. and day drinking during that round just to get back to the cabin when everyone else has kind of like started drinking already is, God, that hits different.
Yes.
Tell you what.
You definitely have cabin fever, Ryan.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
Yep.
Thumper Pond, Otter Tail, Minnesota. If you guys, if you want to get a round in, I'll be there. And it's going to be Saturday
anytime.
at 8 or 9 a.m. Let's fucking do it. Open. I've never put an open invitation to go golf, but also we'll play $10 a hole. So bring the check.
Yeah, use promo code double bogey 20 to make it only $6 a hole.
Well, no, $8 a hole.
Yeah.
And my last one was just like, I wish I would have gotten a lesson sooner. Because once you know right away that the itch is there and the addiction is setting in. My addiction had set in way too far before I actually got a lesson.
Well, I was just telling Trevor this during the break when you were in the bathroom. We were talking about lessons. I think it really does depend on how good you are, though. I'm glad I didn't get a lesson right away when I started golfing because I don't think it would have made me better for sure. Don't get me wrong. But by taking it where I was leaps and bounds better because I already had the basics down. So I think
But that's what the lesson before is, the basics.
yeah, but I think you can learn the basics from Joe Blow. Like, I don't think you need to.
But you're not building bad habits. Like when you golf,
Correct.
it's building the bad habits because to fix your old habits takes
Correct.
so much.
Trevor. Fucking A, that's why
If
we
you
got
start-
It took
if you
Lucas
start-
15 minutes for me to break my bad habits.
I think you still have them.
Well, you don't have an
know it.
addictive personality.
Yeah.
I do. And
I'm-
I'm addicted to bad habits.
I'm thoroughly addicted to nicotine.
I'm addicted to bad habits, and it took a long time to break them. And now I have a new habit of, now that we got rid of the slice, which I was slice every time before I would get a lesson, and now I am snap hook. So I need another
great.
group of lessons to get me right back in the middle. And that's what these new clubs are going to do. So
I don't know. I'm with Tyler on this one. I think the pride of figuring it out for yourself is way better than paying $100 or whatever it is for a couple lessons. And
I was to the point where I was not going to get any better self-taught.
correct. Yep. Me too.
So
Me too.
I like Jake just said, I was pretty happy that I got to where I was with no instruction. I obviously didn't take your advice or TikTok advice.
No, of course not.
But I'm with you, Jake. I wouldn't have wanted to do it right away. That's just me personally, I guess.
So everyone out there listening, you do you is the best advice we can give.
Get really fucked up on the course once. Just test it. I want to know.
with your dad.
I'll do it this
Yeah.
summer.
Yep.
All right, guys. That's another episode in the books. 122. Bazinga. We're done. Next week, 123. We're going to be back. We'll have a league update for you. My team against Tyler's team this week.
You.
And get that bidding scheduled. Go get those clubs. Give them the credit card.
No,
And don't look at the
do that.
receipt.
Don't look at the
do
price.
that.
Don't look at the receipt. Love you guys.
Love you.
Love you.
Hey.
They piped that the wrong way.
I'll call the clubhouse. We'll book another 18 for tomorrow.
Okay, they cheated on that. They fluffed their balls.
Yeah, no better time for the breakfast ball than now.